The Himalayas are known as the roof of the world because they are the highest mountains on Earth. But they hold a surprising secret in their rocks, fossils from an ancient ocean. Over 400 million years ago, the area now known as Tibet and the Himalayas was covered by a shallow sea. Tiny fossils of ancient sea creatures like trilobites and sea lilies can still be found in the rocks there. The Himalayas didn't always exist. Millions of years ago, the land was underwater. But around 485 million years ago, the area that became Tibet and the Himalayas started to rise. The rise of the land was caused by small pieces of Earth's crust colliding together during the Mesozoic era. However, the biggest change came around 55 million years ago during the Eocene epoch when the Indian subcontinent began moving north. As India moved closer, it collided with the Eurasian plate, causing the land to lift and the Himalayas to grow taller. This collision created a huge change in the landscape. Before this event, the region had tropical forests with plants like fig trees and ironwood. But as the land rose, the climate started to change. At first, the region was warm and wet, but as the mountains grew taller, they started to block moisture. This created a rain shadow on the northern side, making the area much drier. By the Miocene epoch, 23 million years ago, the monsoons in the region became very strong, which increased rainfall on the southern side of the mountains. The rising mountains caused a split in ecosystems. On the southern side, tropical forests began to turn into cooler, temperate forests as the climate changed. New plants, like oaks and maples, were able to spread to higher elevations. Meanwhile, the northern side became much drier, and this helped create deserts like the Gobi. Many animals and plants adapted to these changing environments, and some new species emerged. The Himalayas didn't only affect Asia. They also helped shape the climate of the entire planet. Around 55 million years ago, the Earth was warm and humid, but by 23 million years ago, the climate started cooling down. Some scientists believe the rise of the Himalayas played a role in this cooling. When the monsoons hit the newly exposed rocks, they caused a process called chemical weathering, which helped reduce carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This may have led to the cooling of the Earth's climate. This cooling affected regions far from the Himalayas. In Antarctica, it helped trigger the growth of glaciers and tundra. In the northern Pacific, it helped kelp forests grow, which provided food for sea creatures like sea cows. The cooling also caused tropical forests in Africa, Europe, and North America to disappear and be replaced by grasslands. These grasslands led to the evolution of animals like horses and large flightless birds like ostriches and emus. The rise of the Himalayas not only changed Asia but also shaped the evolution of life on Earth. They created new habitats and separated species, causing them to evolve in unique ways. The Himalayas didn't just make the land higher, they also influenced the climate and ecosystems around the world.